welcome to my channel. My name is Sophie and I'm not doing the 100-day project. So today is going to be the first video on a regular and normal schedule. So I hope that you're ready to take this adventure with me. So as I'm in the process, as you know, of moving my stuff from a room to another room, I've seen how many scraps I have, and oh my God. And I don't mean that I keep things that I shouldn't keep. I keep things that I think are of interest, pieces of paper, pieces of everything. And yeah, no, I don't know how I'm going to manage this. So I thought that maybe it'd be a good idea to make a little thingy where I could put scraps related to a specific project. And then two things could happen. Either I file it and have it ready when I want to do something in the same manner or same way. Or that I could eventually, whenever I sell a journal, because that does happen, I could have it as a side thing where, you know, if you're also a journal maker, you could use the bits and pieces that I haven't used. And, you know, if you wanted to make a journal of your own, or if you wanted to add things in the journal that I've made, although I know I do put a lot, so there's not much space left. But anyway, I thought it would be a nice thing to do. So to do this, I've decided to use an Amazon envelope. I used to use them a lot for covers, for a lot of things. I do tend now to use file folders. But they were really nice to use as well, and it's a shame that I only use them to back some other papers nowadays. So as I've moved things, and there's the... sorry, there's dust. So I've moved things around. I found these very nice ones, so I think we are going to use it. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to open it completely. Well, I was going to say without ripping it, and that's not working. So let's use the knife, this, and I'm going to open it in two. Let me see. Do I hear a dog? Yes, I hear a dog. It's over. So I'm just going to open it on the other side like this. And now I need to think, because I don't want it to be that big. Basically, what I would want, I'm first going to cut this in, I don't know, maybe 20 centimeters height. And then I think I will want to make some sort of a trifold sort of thingy. I'm thinking as I'm going along. So let me get my paper trim and then we'll see how trim is not reachable. So we're going to use a knife and a ruler. So what I'm first going to do, I'm going to take it from where? From here, I think. And I'm going to measure. I know the sizes of my journal are about 21 centimeters. And so if my daughters have left me one pen or one pencil, maybe I can draw a line. Yeah, of course, I have inches and not centimeters. So that's one. So let's make it 21. And I'm going to do the same here. 21. And same here. 21, and the same here. 21. And I'm just going to draw lines between the dots. Sort of. Where are you? I think you're... Where are you? I think you're the dot, but I'm not sure. Oh, you can't be the dot because you're not at the right height. What have I done? Can I still not measure? No, I can't. Because these were not the dots. Oh my God. Sophie, you're a mystery to me. I know, the dots are here. That's the trouble with the Amazon paper, because it has fake dots. Still doesn't seem to be right, but you know, go like this up to here. And I'm going to cut according to my line. I wish I had my other ruler, but that is just a wish. No, it's not. I can't show you the craft room for the moment because it is such a mess. It is such a mess. I have so much stuff. So much stuff. We're even wondering how everything is going to fit in this room. Though everything comes from a room that was twice as small. But, you know, we'll find a way. So this is a Sophie straight line. A bit weird, I know. That's a Sophie line. We'll survive. Now, what I am going to do, am I going to take these off? Not necessarily, I don't need to, but this one I maybe do. I'll see that once I will have folded them. So first I'm going to remove the bunky, chunky bits. There's only one. And now I want to fold this. So I want to make sort of a trifold. Where do I want it? Do I want this to overlap? I don't think so. I don't think I need to, so I will take it out. So I'm just going to fold it here, sort of as straight as I can. So this is the size that my ephemera holder will have. So I'm going to remove this little flap. There is so much sun coming in the room, it's hard for me to keep my eyes open. Maybe I should wear my sunglasses. I was wearing a jumper with oh yeah, I can't speak anymore. Whether this, let me show you. Where are you little shiny things? With these, and if I do that, look, it shows all over my desk. So I had to take my jumper off. And no, I'm not crafting naked. I'm not. I had another layer. Okay, so I think this is going to be the basis. I'm going to use some fabric to cover this because I want it to look nice and to be sturdy here. I'm probably going to put some tape here because I don't want that to break. That's if I find some tape. Probably I will. So let me choose a fabric and come back. So I got the fabric and I've been cutting it to size. Now the only thing I hope is that it will agree to glue. I'm a bit scared, but I want to glue it with glue stick. I don't want to sew, I don't want to do anything because, well, I do have my sewing machine. We'll see, let's try. Okay, so I'm going to put glue. And I left my glue open for a day or two. Let's see if we can save it. I'm going to try. I would love to cut it. Let's see, what can I cut it with? A ruler? A tranche de colle. Okay, let's try. You okay now? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to generously apply my glue all over my cover. I'm actually not sure I should have made a trifold. Maybe I should have just made two, but you know, it is what it is. So there we go. So about the new format, I'm not sure. I can't tell you how long my videos are going to be because I have no clue. I think it's going to be tough for me to define a certain length because that's not how my mind works. And, you know, I still want to be me, so it will take the time it will take. Hopefully not 2 hours, but if it occasionally does, well, that's the way it will be. Okay, I'm then going to take, oops, sorry, my cover and position it where I want it, sort of. Okay, I'm going to turn it round and make sure there are no lumpy bits or pieces that are not glued. I need to be gentle. Something I'm not, and I'm desperately trying to my children to understand, I am not a nice person. I say, yeah, you are. No, I'm not. Opla. So now we, like for a journal cover, we're just going to have to miter the little edges. So that's one. That's two. And that's three. Come on, little four. There we go. So now we're just going to glue the edges. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Okay. No more glue. Not a problem. Glue we do have. Bear with me. So that's one. Get my scissors just to trim these threads. Now, just gluing it. I'm really going to get my sunglasses. Very hard to see what I'm doing. with my eyes closed. Okay. I know it's hard. My glasses are not on my eyes. They're on the top of my head. Yeah. Yeah, you have to love me. You know, there's nothing else to do. You thought you were going to annoy me, but you're not. Because I'm the one who's going to win after all. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. There you go. There you go. So, I now see that this is running away. Not to worry. More glue. And this is where it will stick. There you go. So, I'm going to think a bit about the next step while I'm looking for pages to put inside. So the thing that I wanted to think about was whether I would make 2 little spines or not. And because I have the feeling that it's going to be quite bulky. And I can't quite decide. So I think I'm going to make them so that I, you know, don't hesitate too long. So I'm going to make them. I can't see anything with this light. So we're about here. Making it about here. So I think I'm going to make it a little spine. How many quarters of an inch? I'm going to make it 1, 2, 3 quarters of an inch. And same on the other side. Where are you? Where are you? You're here. So 1, 2, 3. Like this. Now, let me put this away. The lighting is not convenient. I know. Hopefully, by the time I film the next video, I will have been able to do something about it. In the meantime, I'm so sorry. It's the sun, and I'm not going to complain about it because we like the sun. Although, personally, not an excessive big fan of sun because when there's sun, it is warm, and when it's warm, I am a mess. So we've made 2 little spines, and now when we fold it, we are like this. I think it was a good idea because we are going to make pockets inside and things. And had I not made the spines, I think that the pockets, if that had been very, very chunky, you could risk that they would unglue themselves on the sides because of it being too bulky. That's what I think. So I am first going to do something for the back. I want to reinforce it here a bit. Not too much. What can I reinforce it with? Because it's not a spine. And if I reinforce it, it's going to be... It's going to be not nice. What I'm going to do, I'm going to glue my papers. And then maybe I'll use some fabric tape here. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I've taken encyclopedia pages, ta-da, that I never know how to use, which is dumb of me because they could be a background in a journal page. Don't know why, I never think about this. I actually just found them, you know, sorting my mess out. So I'm first going to separate them and I'm going to mark. So let's see. Let me think. I don't want to cut the vulture's heads off. I want it to be like... let me think. I think I'm first going to remove some of the borders. Because then we have two. And then I think I'm going to use this one here to make the part that we don't have. I'm just going to try first to trim the edges of my book pages. So I've trimmed my pages down and I'm going to start with the one in the middle. So how am I going to do this? I would need some sort of a glue page. Gluing the glue page. Oh my God. Another glorious day. Yeah, definitely not good. Too much shadow, too much light, but not everywhere. Ay, ay, ay. Because I have a window just in front of me. That might not be a great idea. We'll see. We'll make do. I can't remember where my middle is. There we go. So this is how it's going to be. Yes, this is my stomach that you hear in the background, reminding me that I should eat something. But I don't in the morning, which is not good, I know. So, Sophie, stick to the paper. Stick to the paper. It's very complicated to use these pages because I like one side more than, no, you know, I look at it and it's, oh my God, I love this one. Then it's, oh my God, I love this one. What should we do? Should we make one with a color and one with the black and white? Ay, 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 ay. I think I was set to do it like this. So I'm going to do it like this. Yeah. So this comes from a dictionary. And I'm gluing the glue page again. A Larousse one, and it's an old one, but I can't remember whether it's from the 50s. I think it is, but I'm not sure. I have a lot of Larousse, as you will see when I will do a tour of the craft room at one point. God knows when. Up, up, up. it is not the same size as my map. I don't mind. I'm going to trim these little bits afterwards because they do annoy me and they don't want to glue. Okay. I'm gonna cry again. Oh, there you go. Ta-dum, ta-dum, ta-dum. Now you. This is not straight. Okay. There we have our little inside covers. What I want to do now, I'm going to wait a little bit before I fold it. I want to make sort of a piece here that's going to be holding paper scraps. So a bit like a notebook where you can, you know, remove the pages like this. And then here, on one side, I'll be making 2 pockets, and on one side, I think I'll just make 1 pocket. But I'm not sure. It might be 2 and 2. Yeah, it might be. Okay. So, should we first make the little notebook part? I think we should. So I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to measure the space between the folds. So that's one and that's the other. So that's what, 16 centimeters? Yeah, 16 centimeters. So I'm going to make that 14 centimeters wide. Yo, okay. So my little notebook needs to be 14 centimeters wide. I have leftover bits from my envelopes. And it even has folds that I could use. So what I need to do is just make it a bit cleaner. Like this. I need to measure 14 centimeters, which I'm going to measure from here. Hopla, allez, don't move. Do not move. So that's 14. And I'm going to do it somewhere there as well. Oh, this is interesting, Sophie. Why did you do it like this? Well, you know. So that's 2.5 centimeters. So 2.5 centimeters would take me about here. And here, that is 4, 8. So 4, 8, like this. So I'm going to cut my piece of envelope like this. To start with, let me put you here. knife, a little knife. Okay. So I want to keep this fold. I will need to make a small one, a supplementary small one. Let me do that now. And I'm going to add 2 3/4. What about? Is this okay? No, it's not. See. Okay. I have my little fold. And now how much do I want to keep? Here. It doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, my papers are going to be like this in here. Do I want to make this longer? I probably do, but I don't have any scraps left. Because I did this in a little thing I made for my brother at Christmas. So I'm going to do the same. I just need a bit of cardstock. Change of plan. I'm going to use another piece of cardstock because I want it in one piece. So I've just taken this packaging. And I'm going to do the whole thing again, because otherwise where would the fun be? So I'm going to make a fold. I'm going to make a first fold. I'm going to make a first like this. Look. That's what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quarters of an inch. And then I'm going to make another one like this. So my piece will be like this and like this. And now I need to get my cover back to measure the height. And I'm going to leave it as is. So I just need to cut this at 14 centimeters. Yeah, that's how it's going to work. Up. Goodbye. Scoring board. So I'm just going to measure my 14 centimeters, which are here. I'm going to measure my 14 centimeters down here. Draw a line, of course, up like this. I'm not going to move, hopefully, and just cut straight, well, straight-ish to the bottom. So here I have the backbone of my notebook. Okay, good. So I need to make it nice. Let me think. Are we covering it with some of the, yeah, I think we are. Some of the fabric. Is this big enough? Nope. Okay. We have other bits and pieces. So I'm just going to cut. Well, yeah, it doesn't really matter where, to be honest. It's just me being fussy. I want the back to be covered, and you'll see why, because I want this to be, that you can remove it. So I want something around there. I'm going to cut this bit off. If I can get my scissors, of course I can. And it would be, sorry, oh so sorry. It would be easier if my fabric could rip, but it doesn't, so I'm just gonna have a, I don't care whether it's straight or not, because I'm going to cut it all around. So I just need to beat a bit more until here, and then I'm just going to cut. Fabric on the side. Okay, so same exercise as before. I'm going to glue my fabric on. It would have been clever if I had glued the other side, but yeah, we're going to make a little collage at the back. Like this. Come back, come back, come back. Okay. Am I doing this? Maybe, but first I'm going to remove all the sides. I'll do that better afterwards. This. I'm going to do a little mitering here and a little mitering here as well. And I'm going to glue this part here so that we have a nice flap. You won't see much of it, but you know, can still be nice. We need something to put here. Let me look around and not get anything else out of my stash before I use what I have. You're going to be the one. I could have made like sort of a masterboard collage, but I think, you know, if you have a nice book page, works as well. don't want any lumps. Up. So same as with the fabric, I'm trimming. With my fabric scissors, why not? Because I don't know where the other ones are. This is the one I don't use anyway, so that's the way it's going to be. So we have the back of our little notebook. So what I will do afterwards, I will position it like here, and I will attach the scraps. I'm probably going to put, I'm thinking, an eyelid, well, 2 eyelids. And I'll make 2 holes in my scraps and tie them with a little thingy. And this, I'm going to show you what I want to do. I'm going to build in a little pocket here where I can tuck this in so that you can remove the scraps when you want to use them, or you can remove this and replace the scraps by other scraps. And so the pocket will be about yay high. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Now, the pockets. I am going to use things that I have. So I'm going to use masterboard pieces. Question is, am I going to make some little gussets? I'm probably going to. So let me get my masterboard. So I am first going to make the middle pocket. And that one I know is 14 centimeters. This piece is 14 centimeters. So I just want to have a bit more room. So there would be like 2. And I want gussets. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it at 15 centimeters, so a bit bigger than what I need. I'm going to cut it, where are you? Here. Whoopla! How high do I want it? I think I might want it. Yeah, I'm going to cut it more or less here. I'll tell you how much there is in a second. So, I think I said here. So that's about 11.5 centimeters. I'm now going to take my scoring board. Now I need to score. I need a ruler because this is in inches, whereas my measuring I've done in centimeters. So if I want to keep it coherent, oh, there you are. I was looking for you. So where do I want to score? I'm going to score a bit over 5 millimeters. I say if I fold 6 millimeters, nah, I said it was what, 16 centimeters, the whole thing. My page is 14. So if I fold 4 millimeters on each side, it should leave me a little bit of room to wiggle. Let me see. That one. And that's 2. So we have the sides. Now the bottom. The bottom, I'm going to do something similar, maybe a bit more. There we go. Hop là, allez, viens là. So if I do fold you unglue. Interesting. Okay. I just want to check on here. I don't want to do the bottom for the moment. I don't need to. So you're here. You're here. Where do you fold? That's one. Where's the second one? Interesting. I think you're here. Yeah, it is here. There. So I can see one side. Yeah, that's fine. So then, where is my thingy? Can I put it in? Just about. So what about not making gussets? I think that's how we're going to go. So no gussets. Okay. Let me take my knife again. And this is how we're going to go. Do I want to round the corners? Yes, I do. You see the mess on my desk already? That's what I want to get rid of. I don't think I need to ink anything. Let me just close this one on the second fold, just so that it becomes apparent. Yes, there you are. And I'm not going to put it down. A, because I don't need to, and 2, because I don't want this to fall too low. I'm actually going to glue it here. Sort of here. Just under Honolulu. Now that's a part of the word I would love to see. Did I close you? Yes, I did. Well done, Sophie. Yeah, never seen this part of the world. My uncle lived in Tahiti for 30 years, and we never went, which is a shame. Okay, we have our pocket here. I'm going to keep it simple, so I'm not going to decorate the pockets. I'm just leaving, you know, it's just a holder of something. These need to be smaller. They need to be smaller. And do I have a paper trimmer? Yes, I do. Ouch. That was my foot. So I'm going to make them a bit smaller. Let me try something. Yeah, not working like this. Come on. I want to see. This is my fold. So it is still a bit too big. I don't want to measure. No. Yeah. Thing is, how many? Do we do like 3, 1, 3, 1? Yeah, 3, 1. 3 little pockets. Maybe we do. Maybe I'm just going to trim this one as well, and then make. I have another one. That would be too much. I think 2 is good. I think I like 2. So I'm going to round the corners. I'm going to glue my pocket. I found my glue. I found my other art glitter glue. So I'm very happy with the fine tip. I'm going to put you here. Like this. Same with you. Corners rounded. And I'm going to place you here, I think. Okay, so we've made 2 pockets, and now we need to make a couple more. This one might be small. Let me cut one. And maybe... No, actually, we're going to use the one that's already cut. It doesn't matter if it's smaller. And you will go here. You'll be a bit bigger. Still too big. That's okay. Let me see. It should be okay. Let me just round the corners. 1 and 2. And there we go. So the idea there was not to use anything new. So I took a scrap of fabric, a big scrap of fabric. I took pieces of masterboards, an envelope, and we've made something quite pretty. It's not finished, but it's already quite pretty. I had found some whites. Come on. Come on, but... Ah! I thought I won. Okay. What's wrong with you? So now the last one. And you're going to go here, I think. Like this. Okay, I'm going to put this on the side to let it dry, and we're going to finalize the little scrap note. Okay, so now about our little notebook. What I want to do is I want to make 2 holes here with a, well, I'm going to take my big crocodile. Big hole, and where am I going to set you? Where am I going to make my holes? I'm going to make a hole about here, and then it's not going to be in the middle, I know. I'm not too bothered, to be honest. So I'm just going to make it here. Up. Now we've got 2 holes. We need some eyelets. And you heard them falling on my feet just before. Here they are. Could we find some gray ones? Usually up. That's the one. And that's it. So we're going to put our eyelets in. That's one. Let's do. Put them in place. 1 and 2. There we go. We'll hold our little papers with a twine or a woolly, which I will get afterwards. Now I'm going to assemble a couple of scraps and show you how I want to press. So I have taken out some bits and pieces. So some scraps, some papers that I didn't know how to use. And so the only thing that I need to mind is their width. So I'm first going to lay them over one another. You see, my desk gets crowded with these kind of things that I put in a box on the side of my desk and then I don't use. And that's a bit of a shame. So something like this could actually make them organized. Yes, I'm going to lose a bit on the top, but I don't care. This, for example, because it stayed, it was ripped already, but because it stayed, you know, in a pile of things, it didn't get better. So I'm actually going to trim the pieces that need to be trimmed. So this, and this is going to go straight in the bin. I'm not keeping anything that I don't need to. I have enough scraps as it is, and I just want to use the ones, to save the ones that I know I will use. So the ones that I use on a masterboard, these I assume I could use on a page somewhere. Well, me or someone. And I'm probably going to cut this in two. And maybe again here. Okay. If that's the way it is, that's the way it is. And I'm going to cut this one too. So we were here with our pile. Everything is going the right side up. I have her. I have a piece of document that was laying on my desk. So if it's laying, you know, chances are I'll forget about it or it'll get lost in a page, in a pile. Here I have a bit like this. I'm going to put it upside down. Here I have some book pages, dictionary pages. How big is that? This one is too big, so I'm just going to trim the edges. I'm going to use scissors, a little easier. Not straighter, but easier. And I want this to be quick, because if it's not quick, then I won't do it. I know myself. So this is not taking too much time to make as a project. So I think that whenever I make a journal, this is, you know, part of the journal project, and I will make it each time so that I save things in an orderly way, which is good for everybody. I'm going to leave the bit of the white at the bottom. Just so that I can make holes like this. I have other pages like this. So let's just try to trim them all together. Maybe that will be a success and maybe that won't. It will be what it is. And this. Back. Okay, these are some of the papers I get in my father's one of the parts of my father's stamp collections, and they're like watercolor paper, very thick, blank on one side with things on the other side. So I think that we can definitely put bits and pieces in, and that's a good way to use them, because again, I store them in a place and then I never go to that place and I don't use them, and it's great paper. So there we have this one, which we can fold into. Damaged papers, you know, not all the books I buy are in great conditions. So this again we can fold. We have another one, two other ones, one other one, two other ones. Let's trim them a bit. Okay, and I'm not keeping these because I have so many that it would make sense. So I'm just going to fold them and put them here. So we have quite a big selection of papers, quite thick. And now what I need to do is take my cover, put it where I want it to be. And I'm going to have, let me get a little clip. I've seen clips this morning. Let me get them. So I got some clips. I'm going to put one on this side, maybe two on this side. Holding everything together. And I need to guesstimate where I'm going to make my holes. So let me do it in a way that makes more sense, which is like this, because this is how it's going to go. So this is where I need to make, see, my desk is covered in mess. That's because I still don't have a bin. So I'm going to make holes where I need the holes to be. Okay, back with the big crocodile. Big setting. So hopefully it's where it needs to be. Awful. Ow. And the crocodile didn't break. Good. Was it a bit thick, Sophie? Yeah, maybe it was, but I'm going to do it again. In the right place if I stop moving. Okay. And two. Oof. There we are. Okay. I got a bit of lace. You can use anything that you want for this. Twine, ribbon, woolly. That's really up to you. I'm going to get my ribbon in my little hole. I'm going to, come on, do this. And if I can't get it, I'll just need to find tweezers. I'm gonna get, sorry for the noise. I saw a pair this morning. It's a bit big. Let's see. Let's see. Otherwise, I'll just have to get a woolly. Could make my holes bigger, but I don't want to. Can't get it like this, okay. But I'm sort of stubborn. I am stubborn. So I will get you in whether you like it or not. Little thingy. There. We've got one. And now we have two. Or not. Almost. Went well on one side. And there we go. Okay, so now we get our little cover, we put it underneath, and we're getting our little pieces of ribbon inside. Without the clips. You're not coming with us. One, two, easier. I'm going to make a bow, trying to, because my bows are usually really, really crap. And I live with it. Hopla. There you go. I'm not going to trim it because if it's too short, it'll be hard to put on again. Okay? So I can take these out. And now, obviously, I have pieces that are far too long. And I need to fold them because I don't want to rip anything. I just want them to be folded. Where's the bottom? That's okay. That is too big. That is okay. That is sort of okay. You don't need to fold everything because your pocket still gives you room to have things coming out. Okay, so fold them a bit, not necessarily all the pages. Oh, I forgot, I wanted to put a piece of this. Don't know if I showed you this. This is plastic. I found this at Action years ago, and I tried to use it to coffee dye paper. I am not good with whatever doilies things, so it didn't go as I wanted to. I'll try it again. But it's actually, you know, if you ink it and you cut it, and then you can make pockets, and it looks actually you're right. It is plastic, it is not fabric, but it's okay, I think. And I might have another color, I can't remember. I know I have white. Maybe somewhere I have another color, but I forgot to put one, and maybe we'll cut a little piece that we'll put in the pockets. So we're getting our masterpiece here. Okay, I'm getting the page, the back of my notebook. I'm praying so that it fits in the pocket, and it does, and my papers are okay, most of them. So there you go. So we're almost there. So we have our scraps here. you know, it can close like this. We still need to make a closure. I'll think about that later because I'm not good at thinking about closures before I do them, which is not a good thing, I know. And then you can fill all these little bits, pockets with bits and pieces. So what do I have on my desk? I have a bird that I haven't used. Let's put it there. I have a piece of fabric that I haven't used. It's a scrap. You can always do something with it. I have a piece of doily. Let's pretend. So I'm gonna I'm going to cut a piece of doily. Come on, doily. And I'm gonna cut you here. And where am I going to put you? I could even put you here, together with my other scraps, like this, in the pocket below. I know you can't see it. Up, there you can. Because it is quite thick and I don't want it to use all the pockets in the front. There you go. Scraps and doilies. What else do I have on my desk? Maybe I have a little notebook that I haven't used. Let's put it here. Could always use it in another project or to add to the journal concerned. We have a little sort of label. Sorry. Put it there. We have fireworks from a postcard. Let's add it here. Just picking things from my desk. Huh? We have a little sticker. Well, let's add it here. I have a furry animal. Maybe we can put it on the other side. Oh, come on. Put all your parts there. What do I have here on my desk? I have a butterfly that I haven't used. There. I have a faux stamp that I haven't used. I could have her that I haven't used. Just going to pick things around my desk. I'm not going to do anything else. We have this lady. There we go. I had wooden butterflies that I didn't even know I had. So maybe we can figure out something to have some in. Oh, that's a good... they're buttons, actually. How could we make them fit in without disappearing in the pockets? I'll need to think about that. Good to know I have them. Here I have a hidden paper clip. Again, let's use a hidden paper clip. What do we have? I have ephemera all around. Piece of paper. Them I'm going to put back where they need to be. I have a bit of postcard. I have a them. I have a him. See, I have all bits and pieces. I've actually used this in the journals I've been making. So a label. You I don't need. This. A bird I didn't use. Again, I don't want you to be laying on my desk or in a box where I will never ever find you. Here, we can add some on this side. Got them out, didn't use them. Okay, and I think, you know, if it's going out with a journal that I've made, hopefully the owner will be happy. I have a little matchbox cover. I have a little piece of masterboard. Well, you can do things with that. I might have a film that I haven't used and that I didn't put back where it belonged. Well, it's going to belong here because otherwise I know it's going to be laying somewhere. Postal stamp. Label. Little thingy from a game. An advertisement. Put it here. These were food stamps. Up. I know some people don't like to use them. I don't mind, and the paper is beautiful. Other little scraps of fabric, probably in the big one. There. What else do I have on my magical desk? Music paper. You know, ephemera. I have a fish. What else do we have? What are you? Well, your little Tim Holtz label. You can go in there as well. Some of the paintings. Oh, look, a label. A little painting. Ah, you need to fit here. I know you can. There. What are you? You are going to the bin. Another picture. Well, this is a piece of masterboard, and you can use it as a belly band. In. What do I have? A card I didn't use. Go back there. You see? I think you can make it really, really nice. And I think I would like to receive such a thing. Don't know about you, but I certainly would. So what I'm going to do now is find it a closure. No, Shasha. No, now is not the time. Shasha, move. Go away. Go away. Go away. Alex. Pousse-toi, Shasha. And now I need to find a closure. So she's going to make everything fall down. I'm so scared. So I got her this. What closure? Probably just a lacy thing. A lacy thing with a buckle. Thing is, not sure where the buckle's at. No, Shasha, no. No. God, there are so many things on the floor already. If you make some fall down, it's not going to be. I don't have a buckle here. Where could I have buckles? Let me look. Okay. I found a piece of that that I'm going to cut to the right length, which is going to be about, I don't know, maybe here. And if it's too long, we'll make it shorter. So here I have my little buckle. I'm going to have this one here. If it will, yes it will. Okay. I'm going to glue it over itself. I could staple it as well. Don't know where the stapler is, so I'm just going to glue it without glitter glue. I think that will be enough for the moment, at least. Yeah, I know, the cap is on. Yay! I think I'm going to do that every time. Quite a lot of glue, but there we go. So we're going to leave it a minute to settle, like this. Just because I don't want to put glue on the cover. And I'm not decorating the cover because it's just something that looks nice. It's not a journal. I don't want it to be overly decorated. I just want it to be like this. So I'm now getting my trim around my little scrap holder. Well, it's not really a scrap holder. I'm tying it here. And there you go. Done. And lovely. So, yeah, I think that's it. So let me throw away things, make it a bit clearer, and we'll look at the final result.